Hello, 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 all of my wonderful earth signs. Yes, my Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns. What going on, y'all? It's your girl Tracy with Ascension 225, a tattoo and article. And I am here to do your love reading, whether you're in a relationship. I also am going to do one for the singles, and also career and finance for my earth signs. I haven't decided whether I'm going to make this one long video for the earth signs or whether I'm going to make individual ones. So anyways, I just want to thank you, earth signs, for joining me today to find out what spirit wants and needs you to know in the realm of your love connections, your partnerships, and for those single folks out there, what's on the horizon as far as love and connection is concerned, and what that career is looking like, okay, in 2026. So thank you for being here. Do your girl a solid, earth signs, and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I really do appreciate that. It helps the algorithm, and it gives me that reciprocal energy that I need to tap into your collective. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Then I need you to find a nice cozy spot to relax, relate, so that you can receive, right? Hopefully, this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venuses, or if you have Taurus anywhere aspect in your chart, you definitely can get a nugget out of here somewhere, all right? So don't force the messages to fit, though. This is a general reading. If you need a private reading, look in the description box. There are a few different ways where you can contact me to set up your personal reading so I can tap into your energy and those around you and give you a better picture of what's happening. Like I said, this is a general reading. You can also directly inbox me at ascension225tarot@gmail.com, and we can go from there, guys, okay? All right. So we are going, I hope everything is going well for you guys. Like I said, Happy New Year. I hope all is well. You're abundantly blessed. And the new year has started off swimmingly for you, okay? We are definitely being ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius season is happening right now. Started on January 21st. Ruled by the planet Uranus. I think at least for the first part of Aquarius season. I don't remember the other planet that rules the next month, okay? So let me know, are you an April Taurus or a May Taurus, okay? I was born on May 22nd, and growing up, for me, looking at the calendars, and sometimes when you still look at the calendar, different calendars, it'll have Gemini season starting on May 21st, right? Going through June 21st, and then some calendars that have May 22nd, which is my birthday, going through June 21st. Either way, I'm on the cusp. I guess I do have a little bit of Taurus in me, maybe. I don't know. So if you're a cusp person, this definitely could resonate with you as well. All right, my Tauruses. All right. So check out your birth natal chart. There's a free link in the description box. It pays to know exactly what's in your birth natal chart so you have a better understanding of yourself, right? And how the planets affect you, and the other zodiacs affect how you are and how you roll. I also have my most important, or my favorite numerologists as well as astrologists down there, because it all works together, guys. It all works together, okay? All right, so earth signs, Taurus, are you ready? This is for Taurus in a connection, and we're starting at 420, okay? All right, Taurus, how you doing, my boos? I get along so well with Taurus. I don't know if it's because I'm a cusper. I'm not sure, but Taurus and I get along like peanut butter and jelly. You know what I mean? So anyway, Taurus, I've already pulled some oracle cards in regards to our Tauruses in a connection or a relationship, okay? Or maybe you're just dating, I don't know, but we're going to pull some cards, and then we're going to get into the tarot, and then we're going to finish up with Well, these are career cards, and that is at the end, tail end of the video, okay? So, or the end of the Taurus, the Taurus part. All right, so let's get started, guys. Don't forget to, if you're just joining me and you missed the intro, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm, and it really, gives me that reciprocal type of love that for me to tap into your signs even better. All right, so Taurus, here we go. What is some of the tea happening with our Taurus collective? I've got some of you may fear loneliness. All right, maybe you fear loneliness. You stay in bad relationships because you're lonely. Be okay with just being by yourself. Yeah, so some of us are settling for those relationships that don't really make us happy. And you know what, Taurus? I don't know. I've been in a relationship or two that even though you're with another person, I still felt alone or lonely because I wasn't getting what my spirit was needing from that connection. All right, so that could apply to some of y'all. Yeah, some of you feel incomplete, like something's missing. But some of you are just settling just to say I'm in a relationship or I have a man or a woman. But a lot of you feel lonely and incomplete. All right? Yes. You want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. Being cold. Maybe somebody is cold in the relationship. Maybe this is you. Maybe the other person. Kind of cold, kind of distant. No offense, but I've been in 2 relationships with Aquariuses, and Aquarius and Gemini are supposed to be like, we are supposed to be like ace boon coons, right? We are supposed to get along famously, but the 2 Aquariuses that one I was married to, one I was with for a few years, they both were emotionally detached. All right, and this could be what this means. Somebody being emotionally detached. All right, you seem unapproachable because you are aloof. Try being more friendly. So that could apply to you or the person that you're in a relationship with. Somebody's retreating, pulling back. This could be somebody who's, like I said, emotionally distant. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. And then I've got demanding in the reverse. So maybe some of us or some of y'all out there aren't demanding what it is that you truly want and desire out of a love connection, out of this love connection. Maybe you're letting things slide. Maybe you're overgiving and allowing the person to be emotionally distant because you fear loneliness. All right? Yeah. Be demanding. Know exactly what it is that you want, man. And some of you might be dealing with some self-esteem issues where you feel like, I can't be demanding. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just happy to be with somebody. No, wrong answer. Be demanding. It says you set impossible standards for your partner to meet. Well, being overly demanding is setting standards that are impossible to meet, which I don't know which one's worse, not having any standards and not demanding anything, or being overly demanding. I think they both could be, work to your detriment. All right, so what's in these romance cards? What do we have here? Yeah, baby, look. Some of y'all are lacking in self-love. I just mentioned self-esteem. Some of y'all are lacking in self-love. I have this in reverse, which might be the reason why you're settling. You need a healing connection, Taurus. Maybe you thought this would be a healing connection, but what's needed is a healing connection, okay? Something that's passionate. But you know what? In divine timing, this may happen. Okay? But if you keep settling, then you might block your blessings, okay? Pay attention to the divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. And pay attention to the synchronicities, the signs, the clues that Spirit is sending you. Somebody may be wearing a disguise here. Somebody might be wearing a mask, not being authentic. You know what I mean? In your current relationship, creating illusions. And I also here, I have illusion. This is from a totally different deck. It's just staring me in my face. All right? You know, somebody might be creating illusions so that you don't see the real them. And this is also a cautionary tale that if you're dating, to look deeper, dig deeper, okay? All right. What epiphanies will or should our Aquariuses... why did I call you an Aquarius? Maybe you're dealing with an Aquarius. I don't know. But what epiphanies or eye-openers should our Taurus collective that are in a connection, dating, in a relationship, should they have now and over the next 30 days? Some of you will be going, if you're not already going through this, you will be going through this over the next 30 days, a spiritual awakening. And once you start going through a spiritual awakening, you go through this growth, the spiritual growth spurt where you cannot see things the way that they used to be any longer. All right. Yeah, stuck at a crossroads, major intersection. Some of y'all at a major intersection. All right. Maybe trying to decide which direction you go in, or whether you want to stay or whether you want to go. But needless to say, some of y'all will be going through this deep spiritual awakening. All right. It's just so complicated. It normally is. It normally is. Change, though, is going to come. Whether you want it to come or not, Spirit is in the mix, Taurus. And you know what? Those light bulbs are going to start going off, right? That spiritual guidance from Spirit as you go through the spiritual awakening. Aha! Wow, this is crazy. Look, spiritual work and self-discovery. Oh my gosh. Yes, Taurus, it's time. Especially for y'all that are dealing with self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues. Some of y'all feel like y'all need to settle for just any old okie doke out there. No. It's time to put in the spiritual work and discover so many things about yourself. We just got finished talking about you having these eye-opening moments, these epiphanies about yourself and what you want and what you don't want, especially as it pertains to a love connection. Yeah. All right. Some celestial advice from Spirit. I've got, you're stronger than you think. You're sturdier and stronger than you think you are. Okay? Yeah. It says a strong foundation is the key to success. Are you feeling uncertain about something? Focus on building a solid base in whatever you're working on, okay? So that you have long-term stability. That's what we all want in a relationship, right? And then I've got link attract. Like attracts like. If you are a person who's dealing with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, you're going to attract that type of person that may take advantage of that or may have the same low self-esteem and self-confidence, okay? But it says you are attracting people and opportunities that align with your energy, okay? Just what I said. So if you want... So the first step is to work on yourself. The first step is for you to build your self-esteem and your self-confidence as you go through this deep spiritual awakening here, right? Yes, this deep spiritual awakening that you're about to go through, doing this spiritual work and discovering so much about yourself. Spirit is at work in your life, Taurus, believe me. So we're going to start attracting people that are confident, and people that understand the importance of equal give and take and all that other good stuff in relationship. What's in the crossing? Crossing cards are very strong energy in my readings. They could also indicate that there could be some sort of blockage. All right, I've got let love go. Let love go. I can't make this up if I tried. So, if you are in a relationship where somebody might be wearing a disguise, okay, and yeah, somebody, and you're staying because of low self-esteem, fear of loneliness, even though you feel incomplete in this situation, especially with somebody who's emotionally unavailable. Hey man, guess what? It is time to make different choices for you to turn this self-love card that's in the reverse upright, loving yourself and attracting people that love you just as much. Healing connections. Okay, all right, here we go. Yeah. And then I looked at this deck at the bottom. I've got true love in reverse. This is not true love. Especially if you have to shrink yourself. Especially if you're not getting what it is that you want, need, and desire. Okay? Not true love. Alright, Spirit, let's get into it. This is Taurus in relationship. We already saw some of the energy already on the table, Holy Spirit. So what else can you tell us about Taurus in a connection, in a love connection, in a partnership? What else can you show us or tell us now and for the next 30 days? What's on the bottom that you don't see? The energy you don't see? 9 of Cups. Identifying what it is that makes you happy. Identifying what it is that fills your cups up. Self-love. Nurturing thyself. That's what this is. Alright? Identifying those things. Alright, so how does Taurus feel about their current partner, the relationship? I've got 6 of Pentacles, got 10 of Pentacles, King of Wands, the Devil. Alright, so Holy Spirit, what are some of the challenges? Knight of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Alright, so how you feel about your partner? Maybe you feel that maybe you feel like they are giving. Maybe you think that they are generous, right? Maybe you think that they're generous to other people, but maybe not necessarily to you, the relationship. She's giving money so that she feels balanced, to those that are in need. And then I've got the 10 of Pentacles. This is the ultimate in prosperity. Maybe you see your person as, being very prosperous, successful, I like that. And both of these point to good fortune and also prosperity. Got the King of Wands. The King of Wands, Leo energy. The King of Wands is somebody successful, determined. They not only dream of things that they're passionate about, but they also put action into fulfilling those passions, right? This is a leader. This is somebody who's self-confident. It could be a Capricorn with the double energy that you're dealing with. But the double energy, they could be, you know, successful and prosperous, follow their goals and their aspirations, but they could be toxic AF, right? Toxic in the way they think, toxic in the way they speak, toxic in the people, places, and things that they surround themselves with. This is also about addictions as well. You know what I mean? What are some of the challenges? Knight of Pentacles. The Knight is the slowest moving Knight in the deck. This one takes her sweet ass time, you know, making a move. They see you as being hardworking, or you see them as being hardworking. Did I say how to? I don't remember if I said how do you see your partner or how they see you. I don't remember. But anyway, I think this is how you see your partner. But this is somebody who, you know, the Knight is somebody who works very, very hard because stability is very important. One of the challenges may be, you know, choosing a path to go down, you know, setting goals, taking action, making a choice, and going from there. She's also holding a map, so maybe, you know, one of the challenges is making, you know, a decision maybe on maybe relocating or, you know, moving or something to that order. And then I've got the Ace of Swords. One of the challenges is truth and clarity. One of the challenges is truth and clarity, right? Yeah. We did see this card, illusions. There is no truth and clarity when there are illusions involved, right? The waters get a little murky when there are illusions involved here. So one of the challenges is truth and clarity for you. Okay. All right. So you need to identify what fills your cups up and makes you happy, so that you feel like this, the happiest card in the deck. Contentment, happiness, you know, just ultimate joy. This could also mean expanding your family. You know what I mean? Having a baby, creating. Seven of Wands, but right now maybe you feel like you have to defend yourself or protect yourself, right? At, you know, people, places, and things coming towards you, and maybe this competitive situation here, competing. Maybe you feel like you're competing for your partner's affections. I don't know. Okay. But these two cards added together equal 12, and 12 refers to the Hanged Man, right? And that's all about maybe you needing to take a pause, seeing things from a new perspective. It could even mean letting go of the situation. Okay. All right. So, very interesting. All right. So that's what we have for our Tauruses that are in a connection. I do have this universal message for you guys. It says, if you're feeling stuck in any area of your life, whether it's in a relationship, a job, or just a situation, ask yourself, what is stopping me from leaving? Yes, leaving is scary, but sometimes it is the right step to take. Be brave. We are right beside you. Yeah. I just feel like, you know, and we saw it in some of the other cards, maybe somebody really needing to decide what makes them happy internally, and that, you know, and some of you are feeling stuck, whether it's this relationship, a job, whatever. Some of y'all are feeling stuck, but we're doing a love reading right now. All right, so some of you feel stuck in this love connection, okay, that may not really be feeding you the way a relationship should. All right. All right, so thank you, Taurus. I hope this resonates with you. We're about to go on to the singles. Let me know, and don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello, my beautiful Taurus single folks out there. What's going on? We're going to tap in to see what messages Spirit has for all the single Tauruses out there. Maybe you're still deciding whether you want to jump out there and see what's out there, or whether you have started the dating process. Either way, we're about to jump in. So before we start, do your girl solid. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Hope everybody's staying warm and everybody's happy and abundantly blessed, okay? All right, so what is some of the, did I? Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to switch these around. All right, so what are some of the romance cards that came out for you, Taurus singles? We're going to start here. Some of you, if you date somebody or encounter somebody, there may be some religious factors for some of you guys. You know what I mean? Honest communication is definitely needed to form that honest, truthful bond between two people. There may be a serious physical connection between you guys, a lot of passion. Finance and career, somebody who, it says financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So I don't know if this is a factor for you or a factor for them or a factor for both of you guys, okay? So this could, interrupt some of the flow of your dating, and that is having financial and career issues, okay? And this could be the one. You could meet the one in 2026, okay? I'm not going to say you're going to meet them in 30 days, even though you never know what could happen. But, so that's what's up with that. And what sort of epiphanies do our single Taurians need to have or will have during this time? I've got, be devoted first and foremost to yourself. Honor yourself, respect yourself, love yourself. Be devoted and 10 toes down for yourself first and foremost. And then you can be devoted to another, all right? This may be somebody that you meet that is completely devoted to you. And that's what you're looking for, right? Somebody who's honest, somebody who's loving, and somebody who is hopelessly devoted. It's time to surrender. Get ready to surrender, all right? Unless you're ready to surrender to love, then there'll be a part of you that's not ready, okay? This says no distance will keep us apart. You might meet somebody online, if you're dating online or whatever. You might meet somebody from a different city, a different state, a different country even. You see that 90-day fiance, right? So no distance can keep you apart. This also may be referring to somebody from the past. Yeah, reminiscing on past precious moments. Like I said, this could be somebody from the past thinking about you, reminiscing about you, feeling nostalgic about you, or you feeling this way about them, okay? But maybe they just don't live in your city or whatever. Then I've got road to recovery. Maybe some of you guys are going through some sort of recovering of your soul, your spirit. Maybe there was a past relationship that broke your heart, or a situation that broke your heart, and maybe you need to recover from that loss or that heartbreak. Or maybe some of you are actually in recovery, all right? And your recovery comes first and foremost, okay? Yeah, one of the cards that, I'll show you the cards that are at the bottom of the deck for these decks we just looked at. I've got, healing from heartbreak. Healing from heartbreak. Okay, and then the romance cards, I've got falling in love, and that you are manifesting the one, and there could be a honeymoon because there's a proposal for you, Taurus Singles. Wow. Interesting. And then the other deck, this deck that we're about to get into, at the bottom of the deck, I've got true love. So some of you Taurus Singles will be meeting the love of your life. I'm telling you. It's come. Oh! And under that, I've got commitment. Ooh, cha. What's going on, Taurus? All right, let's tap into this. I've got freedom. Yeah. Maybe this is you being single. I know I'm single, and I feel a certain sense of freedom being single. Like, I don't have to depend on anybody else. I don't have to take anybody else's feelings into consideration. I don't have to compromise. I have the freedom to do what I want to do. And maybe that's you. Value indication. This is you and how you feel about yourself. Know that you are a value add to somebody's life. If you're dealing with some self-esteem issues, like we saw in the first part of Taurus's reading, some of you guys are dealing with self-confidence and self-esteem issues. All right, this is knowing your value so that you don't settle for the okie doke. You don't settle for being treated any which way, okay? And then in the crossing cards are very strong energy in my readings, or, you know, hopefully this energy is not creating some sort of blockage for you. But I've got awakening potential. Awakening potential. I love that. Your inner potential is awakening, Taurus, and new opportunities are appearing. This is a time for growth and self-discovery. And that is so funny because, not funny, but in the previous Taurus reading that I just did for couples, people in a partnership, they got a card that referenced them going through a growth spurt and self-discovery. All right, so there you go. All right, so the celestial insight to this is you having or receiving celestial grace. In special moments, feel the blessed touch of the divine guiding your path. Your path is being guided, Taurus, whether you know it or not. But if you're going to get into a relationship, you want to first be healthy yourself. Healthy mind, body, and spirit. Making sure your self-esteem and your self-confidence is where it needs to be so that you don't settle for some BS, okay? And the universal message that I have for you is, of course you will make mistakes, but the biggest one would be not to try. You've nothing to lose, Taurus. This thing you have been thinking about for a long time, just go for it. Better than an oops than a what if. I woulda, coulda, shoulda. We are here to support you. All right? Take that for whatever it's worth. And then we'll get in and we're going to pull a few cards for our Taurus Singles. We're already seeing the energy for our Taurus Singles, Holy Spirit. So what else can you tell us? What else can you tell the Taurus Singles? What else do they need to know? All right. As far as the type of person to date and all that other good stuff. All right, one more shuffle. All right. And let's cut the cards. And what is at the bottom of the deck? The energy that they don't see. Ace of Cups. Yeah, brand new love, baby. True love. We already saw that some of you may even be getting a proposal somewhere down the line. Okay, if it hasn't happened already, then it's going to happen. New love. But whenever I see the Ace of Cups, I always remind my clients And the channel that this Ace of Cups is you loving and nurturing yourself first and foremost. Making sure that your heart space, your cup is overflowing before you want to give to somebody else. All right? All right. So what advice can you give our Taurus singles about dating and potential love, Holy Spirit? Got the Five of Swords, the Four of Wands, Five of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Lots of wands up in here. All right, so what are some of the challenges for our Taurus singles in meeting that person? I've got the Devil, the King of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay. The Five of Swords, you know, the fives are all about change, all right? And sometimes chaos comes from change, but this is fighting, arguing, not seeing eye to eye, all right? So this could be you also being indecisive, right, about whatever choices are out there, okay? Not making a choice. This could also be about, you know, encountering some conflicts out there as well, right? Maybe having to fight through the gauntlet of weirdos. I don't know, but there is change that is a coming. All right. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is one of the marriage cards in the tarot deck. The fours are all about safety, security, and stability. This is you may be finding that partner where there may be marriage. We already saw the cards, marriage on the horizon. And this, you know, provides a safe, secure, stable home. You might, here's another five, more change. You might encounter, you know, out in the dating world, stiff competition out there. Stiff competition, all right? You may feel at some times that you need to protect yourself from all the energy or all the people that you're meeting out there, some good, some bad, some in between, all right? You may feel like you have to protect yourself. You may, this Sagittarius energy there, because they got the bow and the arrow, but you know, the Seven of Wands could also be you having to defend yourself. Thank you, Spirit. You having to defend yourself even with this five of through this five energy. What is that all about? Yeah, through this five type of energy, right? Fighting, competition, all that other stuff, okay? What are some of the challenges? Toxicity, maybe. All right, if it's not a Capricorn, then it's toxicity. People, places, and things that are toxic. All right? Toxic or obsessive. Could be addictions. Be aware of people that have addictions, okay? And then I've got one of the challenges could be this King of Wands. Ow. Now, the King of Wands is normally successful, self-assured, confident, but sometimes this is that Leo energy. Sometimes that King of Wands can be cocky, you know, and like to, you know, spread his wand around a little bit. You know what I mean? Because they think they're all that and a bag of chips. Yeah. The end goal is to get towards this. A connection where not only is there stability, but also there, you know, a chance to build family legacy. You know, Ten of Pentacles is the ultimate in prosperity. Prosperity is more than just coins. It's love. It's children. It's grandma and grandpa and the dogs and all that. That's what there is to aspire to. All right, Taurus singles. All right. Yeah, so we saw the Ace of Cups. We have an Ace of Wands. Gifts from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. A gift of love overflowing and something that's very passionate. You know, this could be a new passionate, if this is not a passionate person coming your way, then this is a passionate endeavor, okay? Yeah. I feel like maybe if there's somebody from the past, maybe they don't want to let go. They're holding on for dear life. Maybe this is you, but this is another 4 pertaining to your safety, your security, and your stability. All right. Finding that partner that is like-minded, where the future and stability is very, very important, right? High Priestess energy, baby. Relying on spirit, that relationship with spirit that guides you, advises you, and all that other stuff. The High Priestess does not make any moves without consulting spirit, without consulting that intuition. All right? All right. So there you go, my Taurus Singles. Thank you. All right. All of my Tauruses, this is your career and finance messages. So we're just going to get messages from the Oracle decks here, and let me know if, you know, this is helpful or not. All right, so career and finance. All right, I've got some of you may be experiencing a job loss or maybe getting terminated from a job. Some of you may need to negotiate a new position, a new job, or maybe some of you are trying to negotiate this termination, maybe trying to keep your job. And this may include some unexpected expenses, especially if you lose a job. Of course, there's going to be unexpected expenses because you're no longer getting your paycheck, okay? All right, I've got money tree in reverse. So somebody's money tree is in the reverse. All right, and then I've got sweet success in the reverse as well. And some of you guys may not be experiencing, may have these in reverse because of a job loss. All right, not receiving any paycheck or benefits or anything like that. All right, and then the crossing energy, I've got some of you may just need to just take a break, take a vacation. Maybe this job loss is going to give you a much needed break that is needed in order for you to regroup. Okay. And then lastly, I've got some of you may actually be winning a jackpot. You may be winning a lotto or something like that. Okay. Jump in with both feet. Whatever that means to you, whether you're negotiating a new career, a new job. All right, jump in with both feet. And it says save for the future and retirement. All right. All right, so Taurus, that's all I have for you today. I hope you got something out of these love readings as well as career and finance. All right, you guys. Until we meet again, take care. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And take care of yourself. And I'm sending you lots of love and support all the way from the frigid ATL. Okay, Taurus? Take care. Hello, 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 my Virgo collective. What gwon on, you guys? What gwon on? It is your girl, Century 225 Tarot and Oracle, and we are going to dive into your love reading for now and for the next 30 days. This is for Virgos that are born between August 24th and September 23rd. That makes you a sun sign Virgo. If you have an anywhere aspect in your chart, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or anywhere else in your chart, then of course you'll definitely want to tune in and hopefully get some nuggets of guidance, okay? This is what Spirit wants and needs you to know. This is for those Virgos that are in a connection, in a relationship, married, shacking, whatever you want to call it, all right? This is the energy for you guys, all right? So do your girl solid. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. I do appreciate that. And then find a nice spot to relax, relate, so that you can receive, okay? All right, so we started off with what's the tea? What is the tea, guys? Oh, and if you do, this is a collective reading, Virgos. This is for all Virgos of the universe, okay? If you need a private reading so I can tap into your direct energy and those around you, you can hit me up at ascension225tarot@gmail.com. We can take it from there. Also, in the description box, you can click on the thumbtack link. You can book me there. There's a few places where I can be booked. And we'll get the ball rolling, okay? All right, remember, this is a general reading. Don't force anything to fit. All right, so what's the tea for our Virgos in a connection, in a relationship? I've got soulmate in the reverse. Okay, so I don't know, is this a breakup? Is this a separation? Time apart? What's going on? This card says everlasting, but it's in the reverse, so evidently it had an expiration date. There could have been some third-party interference. And, third party could be another person interfering into your commitment. It can also be an addiction. You see these wine glasses, right? It could be an addiction. Maybe it's alcohol. Maybe it's another addiction. Or it could be somebody's a workaholic. Anything like that, to me, is third-party interference, okay? Peace. Somebody is craving peace, needs peace, desires peace. I've got Cupid's arrow in the reverse. Yeah. Oof. Somebody no longer being in love, right? No longer struck by the love bug. And then I've got sunglasses in the reverse. Somebody might have been watching the other person, maybe stalking a little bit. But this is in the reverse, so maybe somebody, has finally said, the hell with it, let's just let it go. Let's just let that one go, okay? All right, so romance cards. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to show you the cards in the crossing. I've got compromise, making changes. So maybe crossing cards are very strong energy in my reading, so maybe this compromise, somebody in the equation wanting to compromise and, making, trying to make things work out maybe. Or maybe somebody was unable to compromise in the relationship. And then I've got toxicity. Maybe somebody that was very toxic. All right. And of course, you see another wine glass here. So maybe it does have to do with somebody's addictions or something of the sort. Okay. All right. Romance cards. What's happening? This is a twin flame situation. Twin flames can be a very tumultuous type of soulmate connection. They don't typically last for a lifetime. I'm just going to put that out there. They don't typically last for a lifetime. Twin flame romances or connections are there to teach us a lesson or finish up a lesson from a previous life, pay our karmic debt, something of that nature. Okay? I've got dreams coming true for you, Virgo. There may be some time apart here between you and your significant other, but I do have that there is going to be a wedding. If you haven't gotten married already, there will be a wedding. Okay, and in the crossing cards, what? I got marriage. So, wow, look at this. Wedding and marriage. That's incredible. I love that. I'm not sure if Taurus got the same thing. Maybe this is just a running theme for the earth signs. I don't know, but we've got marriage and wedding. Whoa, I love it. And the crossing energy was very, very strong. So, okay. What are some of the epiphanies or light bulb moments that our Virgos will be having or need to have now and over the next 30 days? I've got somebody's fighting to emotionally detach from the situation, but they're not able to. Okay. It says, believe in divine timing. Everything happens in divine timing. There is no time in the spirit realm. Okay. Only divine timing. It says choosing the right path for us. Maybe somebody needs to choose the right path for you as a couple, or, you know, if there's a separation, maybe they didn't, but they want to now. It says the soul bond is sacred. Yeah, you guys are soulmates. But you know, there may be an expiration date on your connection because of the twin flame situation here. And card in the crossing is there are unrevealed secrets here, Virgo. There's things that you don't know about that need to be uncovered, okay? This is very strong energy that you don't have the full picture about this situation, okay? Why? Oh my God, this card is staring me in my face in the card at the bottom of the deck, and I normally face mine up so I can see the bottom of the deck. It says, why? Because you're caught up in your emotions. Caught up in the emotions. All right, whoa. Okay, what's some celestial advice that you have for our Virgos in a connection? Purpose. What's your purpose? Do you understand the purpose of this connection, this relationship? Are you working together, right? It says your purpose is guiding you forward. Have you been feeling lost? Refocus on what truly matters to you. Then we've got Union Universe. We've got Union Universe in reverse. There is a union here in reverse, Virgo. What's going on? Your connection to the universe is stronger than you think. Have you felt disconnected lately? Maybe that's you feeling disconnected. All right. And maybe this is an actual, maybe you're disconnected from your intuition. You know, maybe you're disconnected from spirit or your faith. All right. But maybe this is also a union in reverse. And then we've got, you might be going through some dark times, some rocky times right now. But like I said, those twin flame relationships, those are relationships that teach us something. There's always a lesson in that. And with lessons come enlightenment. Okay? All right. What's your universal message, Virgos? I've got, in relationships, the biggest thing you must look for is consistency. Amen. Amen. Every time you forgive someone who is not being consistent with you, you are giving them permission to hurt you again. And you deserve better. Are you settling for somebody who's always apologizing and is inconsistent in their actions, their words, their deeds? All right, let's find out what the tarot has to say. I thought I had my tarot deck at the ready, but let me see. Okay, we're going to use this deck, or we're going to use that deck. We're going to reuse this deck that we did from the previous reading. Okay. All right, Holy Spirit. This is Virgo. Virgo in a relationship. Virgo in a commitment, relationship, partnership. We've already seen some of the energy in the Oracle decks. So what's going on? Is this a breakup? Is this a separation with somebody inconsistent in this connection? One more shuffle, please, and thank you. All right, now let's cut the deck. All right. What's at the bottom of the deck? The energy that you don't see. I've got the Page of Swords. All right, Page of Swords. Yeah. The Page of Swords can be, swords are all about, you know, thought process as well as communication. Maybe there's something that needs to be communicated, right? We did see that somebody is actually keeping some form of secrets here, unrevealed secrets. Maybe there needs to be a conversation that needs to be had here. Yeah. And the Page of Swords can also be that person who is watching from afar. We did see a card that spoke of that. Somebody watching from afar, right? Sunglasses in reverse. So we have one in reverse and one upright. Okay. I still feel like somebody might be watching from afar, or maybe they go for a few weeks and they're like, yeah, the hell with it. And then they go back and, try to catch up on what's been happening with you, possibly. All right. So let's go ahead and, Holy Spirit, how does Virgo feel about their person, their connection? Got the Empress. What's going on? Are these cards stuck together? All right. 8 of Swords. 6 of Swords. King of Cups. What are some of the challenges that Virgo feels are in this connection? Queen of Swords. Knight of Wands. And the Magician. Okay. All right. Let's get it, Virgo. We got the Empress. Taurus energy. This is you. Well, I'm sorry. This is not you. This is your fellow Earth sign. Sorry about that. This is Taurus energy. The Empress is a mom. She gives birth to new ideas, new creations. She can manifest anything that she wants, needs, and desires. That's that divine, that beautiful divine energy, that divine feminine energy. This is really, really beautiful. It's that resourcefulness and, that power, that intestinal fortitude that the Empress has, very strong, wise. Yeah, I love that. So this could be about, maybe you see your partner as this Empress energy. Maybe this is the mother of your child. I'm not sure. Or who you want to be the mother of your child. You know what I mean? Or the person that you feel like is your soulmate, that divine feminine type of energy. Okay? And we got the 8 of Swords. Somebody feeling confined, but confined in their head. All these mental thoughts going on in your head make you feel trapped, confined, unable to escape these thoughts, which create some form of sabotage, right? All she needs to do to get away from all these swords is roll forward, right? And she'll be free, but she's too much in her head, right? Too much in the thought process. 6 of Swords. Maybe it's time to get freed up from this 8 of Swords energy and go towards the 6 of Swords, where you are moving towards a more tranquil environment, right? Tranquility, harmony, smoother sailing seas here. Yeah, like this King of Cups, being emotionally intelligent, even when the waves get choppy, right? The waves representing emotion and love and all that other stuff. Some of the challenges, maybe one of the challenges, the Queen of Swords represents that Gemini energy, and the Queen of Swords is all about clarity, truth. Don't come with me, don't come to me with some BS. I'm a Gemini. Don't come to me with some BS, right? I need truth and clarity. I don't deal well with murky areas, murky information, unclear thoughts. I need to know what the F's going on. And that's this Queen of Swords, right? No nonsense, straight to the point. You have to come to this queen, correct. All right, if you come to her with some nonsense, you might get cut. Just like this Knight of Wands. Be truthful. Give her clarity. If you are a fuck boy or a fuck girl out there in the streets, third-party interventions, doing whatever you want to do, acting single when you're actually in a commitment, this Knight of Wands is sometimes called the fuck boy or the fuck girl card, because they wander around doing whatever the hell it is that they want to. Okay? Maybe somebody wants their freedom. Alright, and then I've got, maybe they're just trying to manifest this. More Gemini energy, and Virgo energy. So we start with a major manifester, and maybe one of the challenges is to manifest exactly what it is that you want, need, and desire in this connection. We saw the Page of Swords. There might need to be a communication. In the time being, be patient, stay calm, stay balanced. Sagittarian energy. Pay it forward. Give from the heart. Give from the heart. Or maybe this is one of the things that you want to relay, that you want to now make sure that the scales are balanced. You want to have that reciprocity, right? Ace of Wands, passion, a new passionate beginning maybe. But guess what? We've got these addictions, right? We've got these third-party situations going on here with this devil energy here. And once you start dancing with the devil, right, whether it's alcohol, drugs, sex, whatever, money, guess what? Your vibration gets lowered exponentially. Go towards your abundance. Go towards your abundance. Okay? Alright. Did I already read that to you? Yes, I did. Alright, so that's all I got for Virgos that are in a connection. Speak your truth. Be clear and concise. Don't be all up in your head. Don't sabotage yourself. If you feel confined, you don't have to remain there. If there's a third-party interference in your relationship, if it's drugs or some other addiction or another person, be emotionally intelligent about getting away from that type of energy and go towards the Six of Swords, more peace and harmony. All right, and then you'll have that truth and clarity that is needed. But somebody in this equation, I think we'll be tying the knot, because we've got that there will be some sort of marriage or wedding here. So I don't know. That's definitely not going to apply to all of you, but I don't know. So let me know if this resonates with you guys, or some of you guys. All right, thank you, Virgo. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you, and let me know if this is your story. Okay? All right. Hello, my Virgo singles. We are here to delve into your dating life and see what Spirit wants and needs you to know about dating, love, and all that other good stuff now and for the next 30 days. There is no time in the spirit realm, but I just say 30 days. All right? Everything happens in divine timing. All right, my Virgo singles, hope you're well. Do your girl solid and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And give me that reciprocal love. I do appreciate that. And then find a space where you can relax, relate, and receive some nuggets. All right? So we're going to jump right into it. What is the tea for our Libras that are single and ready to mingle, or maybe just kind of taking time to pause and just be with themselves, but possibly thinking about love, okay? I've got rushing. Some of you guys may be rushing. All right, you can't hurry love. The right one is coming in perfect, what I just say about divine timing, in perfect divine timing. Yeah. Don't force it to fit, just like these messages. Don't force it to fit. It will happen en natural. Am I right? Yes. So stop rushing. Some of you may be rushing because maybe you have insecurities. Maybe your self-esteem took a hit, or or maybe you just suffer from low self-esteem and low self-confidence. But these insecurities can make you choose maybe people that aren't good for you. Okay? Yeah, somebody that they feel like you're going to need rescuing, or maybe you find people that need rescuing because of your insecurities. That is a recipe for disaster, Virgo singles. You want somebody to show up like the Ace of Cups with an overflowing heart, an overflowing cup of love and emotion, healthy emotion. All right, not somebody that you have to rescue or feel you have to change or any of that other bull crap. No, okay? Work on yourself first if you do have insecurities, though. Some of you guys are being unsocial. All right? It says you need to get out and mingle with new people so you can meet someone. Maybe, no one's going to knock on our doors and say, hey, how you doing? I saw you from across the way. Would you like to go out? No, we have to be out and about, and, hopefully we can make connections that way. Some of you do have insecurities, body shame. Maybe you body shame yourself, or maybe you've been body shamed by others, okay? But there's something to do with confidence here. And at the bottom of the deck, I've got maybe some of you with your insecurities, right? And being body shamed, either by yourself or by others. Maybe some of you feel like being in a relationship is too risky because of the criticizing. Either from you or them. Don't know. All right, so what's in the romance cards for you guys? There will be some real feelings shared here between you and another. Somebody's love language will be gift giving. Who doesn't love a good gift, right? Could be a little rendezvous, a little tete. Yeah. Maybe some of you want the freedom to be able to maybe have a friend with benefits. All right, and have the freedom to choose, or to choose who you want to rendezvous with, whether it's one or many. In the crossing, I've got there could be a best friend involved. Maybe you're hooking up with a best friend. All right, and I've got we just got finished talking about that. I just said let things happen au naturel, and this says natural evolution. Let things happen the natural way. Do not rush, do not force, none of that. Okay, Virgo singles? All right, so what's some of the Ascended Masters, what is some of their advice and guidance? It says allure, cherish. Allure, cherish. It says cherish the beauty that attracts you. Have you been too busy to appreciate the good things around you, Virgo? Take time to enjoy and value the moments and the people that bring you joy. Okay? Then I've got Sacred Union. Ooh, I love it. Sacred Union. Two powerful forces are uniting, whether in a relationship or within yourself. This union brings energy and growth. Embrace this connection, even if it's with yourself. Maybe you're connecting with your higher self. It will lead to deeper understanding and transformation. That's really beautiful. Or you could be meeting somebody that this could be a sacred union, like a soulmate type of energy. And then I've got union, universe. I've got this in reverse. Somebody might be disconnected from that voice that guides you, the connection to the universe, the connection to clarity and intuition, where spirit speaks to us through those intuitive parts. But maybe you're disconnected here. All right, it says, have you felt disconnected lately? You need to reconnect with your inner spirit and the world around you, because the universe is always guiding you, Virgo singles. All right, and the universal message for you is focus on what is important to you, Virgo. Don't give your time or energy to your worries, as this would only amplify them. Focus on what matters to you most. With every thought, you are creating the future. I love that. We saw a lot of, in the previous reading for Virgos that were in a connection, we saw a lot of that, that energy, that being able to manifest type of energy, okay? I like that. All right, so let's get into the tarot. Holy Spirit, we've already seen some of the energy pertaining to our Virgos who are single, maybe ready to mingle, contemplating mingling, who knows, you know? But this is going off the oracles that we just saw. What else can you tell us for our Virgo singles? Okay, and let's go ahead and cut. All right, what's at the bottom of the deck that you don't see? You got the World. Some things may be coming to a completion. You may be fulfilling some dreams, some desires, some goals, some aspirations or inspirations. All right, this is accomplishment. Okay. This also is in the ether, so this could also be you finding completion and wholeness and fulfillment in a connection, possibly. Okay. All right, so show us what our Virgo singles need to see about dating, the dating world. We've got the Nine of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Five of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. What are some of the obstacles for Virgo singles? Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. All right, I did see the Ten of Cups when I was shuffling before as well. So Nine of Wands, like maybe some of you feel like this whole dating situation is too much work. Like it, you know, going online and posting pictures and this, that, and the third. Maybe it's too much work. Maybe it's draining. Maybe it's just, you know, you would rather watch paint dry. I don't know. All right, Nine of Wands. But maybe some of you guys are determined to get yourselves out there and see what's up, okay? I feel like some of you are definitely in this pause type of energy. You know, you're really in this pause. Didn't we see pause type of energy here? Let's see. Yeah. You pausing, being unsocial. Not, you know, communing with other people, right? Maybe the pause is a good thing. Maybe you need to see things, you know, recalibrate. Maybe you need to see things from a higher or a different perspective, even. Okay? Maybe you feel like you missed an opportunity here. You know, there are 3 cups spilled here. Maybe you feel like you missed an opportunity, you know, maybe a previous opportunity or maybe a recent opportunity. Okay? You know, but there's still 2 cups behind you. So if there were 3 cups spilled in the first Virgo reading for those in a partnership, they were crying because there was a third party intervention. So I don't know if that's a third person involved in your relationship, or this is a previous relationship where there was a third party or not, and you're still focused on that. But there are still 2 viable, healthy cups behind you. Yeah. King of Pentacles. You are the successful business person, man or woman, boss lady, boss daddy, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Very stable, I feel. Very, very stable. You got that serious earth energy there. And I love that. The King of Pentacles got it going on. This could be also you being determined to be successful, you know, not only in your personal life, job-wise and all the other stuff, but also finding a successful relationship. What are some of the challenges? One of the challenges is choosing. Look at the choices out here. Good grief. Look at these choices out here. My gosh. I'm not sure what to think. I'm not sure what action to take here because I don't know. Maybe you need some more clarity. More guidance here with the Ace of Swords. The two of these cards together, though, are Three of Swords. Yeah. Get more clarity, use more discernment, more guidance in order to prevent a Three of Swords situation, a heartbreak, disappointment, loss, just like this feeling. Okay? You don't want to feel that way. So that if you use discernment, you can get to your Ten of Cups, the ultimate love connection. That's the goal. Okay? That's the goal. So we saw the World. We've got the Six of Pentacles. Everybody's been getting the Six of Pentacles. Paying it forward, you know, giving with an open heart, a full heart. You know, a heart that doesn't have to receive anything back. This is also, you know, aside from paying it forward, you know, also equal give and take type of relationship is very, very important. And temperance, patience, somebody who's patient, you know, somebody who's centered, somebody who's calm, right? But this is also a reminder for you to also be patient, calm, and balanced as you navigate these dating waters. Yeah, because you are this Queen of Pentacles. You are this Queen of Pentacles, and there is a King of Pentacles. You will meet your match, but you have to use discernment, Virgo. Got to use discernment, all right? Yeah, and yeah, discernment, because you're going to come across energies like this, people who are liars, cheaters, thieves, you know, narcissist type of energies. This is somebody that can't be trusted. So you need to use discernment. And certain things need to be given a death and a rebirth. A death and a rebirth here. All right. Let me see. Is these cards stick together? Yes. Okay, let me just put this here. All right, yeah, so a death and a rebirth for you. This is all about change, transforming, making new choices, right? Having a rebirth in the way that you do things and investing wisely. Investing wisely in who you put your energy in and give your time to and who you give your heart to. All right? Love it. So that is it, my beautiful Virgo singles. Use discernment. Don't rush it. In divine timing, your comparable partner will come to you. You will meet up. If you use discernment and don't let any of these other knuckleheads that are low vibing, thank you, Spirit, that are low vibing, take up any of your energy. All right? All right, let me know how that goes for you. Take care, my Virgo singles. Okay. All right, my Virgos, it's time for career and finance. We've got some oracle cards here that we're going to get some vital messages from, and then we will wrap this baby up, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Please help support the channel. I appreciate that. All right, so career. You may be feeling overwhelmed with responsibilities on the job. Yeah, maybe you feel like you're, being overtaxed or overburdened here. And then I've got, you may be getting a payday or a bonus or something like that. Or, maybe there's not much you can do about feeling burdened because you really need this paycheck right now. And then I've got, some of you may work from home, okay? What else? I've got, it's time for celebration. Maybe you might be celebrating, especially if you have a payout or a payday or something like that. You may be celebrating, going dancing and, raising a glass. I've got, you might have a lot of choices, maybe as far as jobs or careers. Use discernment and choose the one that, makes you feel passionate, one that you're going to love getting out of bed every day. All right. And then I've got money matters. invest your money wisely. And some of you may, like I said, may be getting some sort of payday or payout. Okay. Okay. This is my own personal Money Matters deck. It says some of you might entertain a side hustle that may be profitable. I know sometimes I do Uber Eats. And, you know, if you want to make a couple $100 extra play money, you know, a month, that might be something viable. I only deliver food. I don't tote people around. I don't want their energy all over me. It says some of you may relocate for work. Maybe that's part of you having a lot of options. Also, maybe relocating. Somebody's child support is in the rears. Maybe that goes along with that responsibilities card. Maybe somebody's child support is in the rears, their responsibilities in the rears, you know, and that, but they have to keep working to get that paycheck. You know what I mean? It says say no to fear, doubt, and insecurity. Say no to it all. Get certified in something. Maybe some of you guys are trying to get your certification so that you can earn more money. I've got shady ass boss, supervisor, or lead. This might be a negative person that you're dealing with. And then I've got some of you are freelancers. Some of you guys are freelancers, entrepreneurs. All right. And that's all I have for you guys, my beautiful Virgos. I hope this resonated. Take care. I love you guys and stay warm. Mwah.